President Bongbong Marcos has said it himself, tensions in the West Philippine Sea have increased. With China's continued swarming and use of water cannons, among other actions, how is the Philippine military defending our sovereignty? Let's find out from Armed Forces spokesperson, Colonel Medel Aguilar, who joins us in the studio today. Good morning, Colonel. Thank you so much for being here so bright and early.
Good morning, Ms. Ria, and good morning also to our viewers.
Okay, Colonel, I want to talk about China's behavior in the West Philippine Sea. How would you assess what they've been doing in the West Philippine Sea this year?
What we have observed is, of course, the increased tension created by China in the West Philippine Sea because of their expansive activities, which is actually infringing in our own exclusive economic zone, which is, I think, is in violation of international law and our domestic law.
All right, but on China's part, they have said that, no, it's Manila who is actually increasing the tensions, and they make this claim that Manila is refusing to honor a supposed agreement to remove the BRP Sierra Madre from a Union shoal. Your thoughts on this?
First, I think the video will show who is actually starting the problem there. What we are doing in the West Philippine Sea is our regular missions that we undertake, that is to do resupply and rotation of troops mission in that in Ayungin Shoal, particularly those that who are manning the BRP Sierra Madre. So, and I think also the President has made it clear already that there is no such promise to the BRP Sierra Madre, or if ever there was, he rescinded it already. So, and he also said that Ayungin Shoal is ours, and therefore we have to protect it.
Right, and you were talking about those supply missions, and China has interfered time and time again with those very important resupply missions. What are the military's measures now to prevent such attacks so that our troops can get those much needed supplies, and so that you can rotate the troops, as you said?
Well, these are operational matters, but of course there are many ways to do it. One could be the timing, second could be the route, third could be the vessels or the assets that we will be deploying, and the mode of RORE mission. So it depends now on the planners on the operations side of our organization to do what is necessary just to make sure that we are able to accomplish our mission safely.
So what exactly would that require, Colonel? Faster vessels? And if we did take another route, wouldn't the ships swarming the area just head there as well?
It depends on the operation side, ma'am, because they are the ones coming up with plans and then they execute it. So it depends on of course, on the situation also on the ground.
Right. Now, for President Bongbong Marcos, he said that he and Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, they met last week, and they agreed to immediately conclude their talks on planned reciprocal access between Manila and Tokyo. Do you have any updates for us on this? And how important is this deal in light of all the tensions with China?
What I know about the reciprocal access agreement is that it is being fast-tracked so that it can be executed immediately. And when you talk about the reciprocal access agreement, it is similar to the visiting forces that we have with the United States or the SOFA with the Australia. And therefore, this will allow Japanese members of the Japanese Self-Defense Force to stay in our country, to do exercise with us. And all of this, of course, have to be approved by the Philippine government. Now, as to the benefits, of course, this will enhance interoperability between our forces, the Filipino forces, and the Japanese forces. And at the same time, it will also increase our knowledge on the technology that they are using, so that if we will be using those technology, then we are already knowledgeable about it.
Right. Well, there's no indications that China is going to back down or decrease tensions or aggression in the area. When will we fight back? I mean, if they hit us with water cannons next time, are we going to retaliate in the same manner? When will we fight back? Can we fight back?
We are just supporting the track of the government, the strategy, which is to advance our interest through peaceful means, and that means diplomatic. So as to when we are going to fight back, that I cannot answer right now, because while we have given our troops the authority to defend themselves, but of course we hope that it will not happen. What we'll be doing is to provide the diplomatic track, especially the Department of Foreign Affairs, with the information and evidence they need, so that we can file a diplomatic protest and so on.
Right. So for now, would you say that is the track? Just we're firing back, but with diplomatic protests rather than water cannons?
Yes, I think that should be the way that responsible countries should resort to, so that we can prevent escalation of tension, and we can prevent hostilities that will not result to any good at all.
All right. Now, last month, the Philippines held joint air and maritime patrols with, as you said, our friends, the U.S. And Australia. Just how much do such activities actually benefit the country? And are there any more joint patrols like this being planned?
Overall, these patrols contribute to regional stability, and the conduct itself of the patrol enable us to communicate with our allies, and then at the same time enhance our interoperability with them. So this actually strengthens our defenses also, because we are able to establish good working relationship with other countries.
Right. For President Marcos, for his part, one of the most significant things he said recently is that the Philippines needs a paradigm shift when it comes to dealing with China's aggression in the region. But he didn't really say specifically what that meant or what it would look like. How do you think we should deal with China's maritime aggression?
When you talk about paradigm shift, it's about a change in the way we look at things, and at the same time the way we do things also. So probably a change in the way that will make us, will enable us to achieve the desired result as far as China's behavior is concerned. So how it will be conducted, probably we'll just wait for the authorities to tell us, because we will be ready to execute this, the task that will be given to us.
So how do we need to look at it differently, Colonel?
You have to first you have to understand the behavior of the force that you are confronting, and from there come up with the strategies, the actions that you need to do, so that you affect that target audience, and therefore you have to be very deliberate in execution, and you have to be surgical also in the kind of targeting.
All right. Now, I want to go on to a different topic, if we may, Colonel. How would you assess the AFP asset, or how would you assess the AFP's campaign, rather, against communists and local terrorists this year? Would you say that you were able to hit your targets?
Yes, ma'am, we are able to hit the target, and we have actually gained several members of the CPP-NPA, of the 3,761 members that were neutralized. 3,463 of them surrendered to us. Only about 169 were killed in the encounter, and 129 were apprehended. So aside from that, from the 89 guerrilla fronts that we had before in 2016, this number of guerrilla fronts is reduced to 13, and all of them are weakened already. Plus, the mass bases that they had before are already dissolved, and then the mass organization are already returning to the government. So, and at the same time, the local government units are declaring these organizations as persona non grata, and this helps us in our campaign to stabilize the situation in our country. And therefore, this also enable us to shift or focus more of our forces to territorial defense operations.
Right. And, you know, the numbers you mentioned are very, very significant, and the Philippine government and communist rebels have agreed to restart the peace talks. So what's the status on that, and how confident is the AFP in finally ending communism and local terrorism in the Philippines? As
of now, there remains to be 1,655 listed members of the CPP, NPA, and DF. And when this statement or joint communique came out, for us it is a way of saving those remaining members of the CPP, NPA, and DF because they are still Filipinos. And it would be better for us if we are united than killing each other. So actually it's still in the exploratory stage. There's no peace talk yet. But we are happy that if you read this joint communique, you will find the vision there. And it's about ending armed struggle and transforming the CPP, NPA, and DA to something, probably a political organization.
All right. Now, on a more sort of physical side of it, in terms of assets and equipment, how capable is the AFP in addressing these various internal and external threats?
The modernization of the armed forces is continuously implemented. So we have acquired assets for ground, navy, and the air. So this makes us more effective in the conduct of focused military operations, supported, of course, by good intelligence, and therefore we are able to neutralize many of these members of the CPP NPA, including the local terrorist group. Because as of November, more or less 335 members of three local terrorist groups, which include the BIFF, the Abu Sayyaf, and the DI Maoti ISIS group.
All right, sir. Now, what can we expect from the AFP next year with 2024 just days away? Will there be a shift in strategies? Is it going to look different to us, civilians?
Probably we'll be closing the issue on communist insurgency. That's a objective that has been delayed already for more than 50 years. So, and then we will be shifting more our forces to territorial defense operation. So expect that we have a very active and agile armed forces of the Philippines that will protect our territory and our sovereignty, and at the same time to make sure that our people and the state is protected.
All right, and lastly, Colonel, the AFP is celebrating its 88th anniversary tomorrow. Tell us a little bit about how this will be celebrated and observed.
First, tomorrow is the 88th founding anniversary of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, with the theme Rising Over the Challenges in Service to the Nation. And the theme also speaks about the accomplishments of the Armed Forces of the Philippines despite of the obstacles and the challenges that we face. And in the morning, there will be this stakeholder event, a Pagkakaisa Award, where we will honor those who contributed to us in our mission accomplishment. And there will be media personalities also who will be awarded, including local government units, civil society organizations. And in the afternoon, at around 4 p.m., there will be a parade and review inside Camp Aguinaldo, which will be graced by our President and Commander-in-Chief, Ferdinand Romales Marcos Jr., and a dinner that will be served after the activity.
All right, so very busy day for you tomorrow, sir.
Yes, ma'am. May I also include that there will also be a photostatic display where if you have time, our people have time, they can see what has been achieved, what has been acquired by the Armed Forces of the Philippines through its modernization program.
All right, one program that is continuing.
Yes,
Colonel, thank you so much for being here on New Day. We appreciate your time.
Thank you also, Ms. Ria.